Okay, thank you very much, William. So I was saying that Kobo Toolbox is a free and it's an open source software or a data collection tool that is used in collecting data. So it's an advancement because it can be used online, and sometimes we can even use it offline. But the primary thing, or what is most important about it that we should know, is that it helps to set the questionnaire in such a way that it looks like a form, and the respondents will be required, or the respondents have an easy time responding to the questions. Now, one good thing with the Kobo Toolbox is that the person who is collecting the data has the chance, or has the advantage of, as the forms come, you are able to analyze. The Kobo itself analyzes or presents the reports of the information that you have collected, and you can still download and continue to manipulate or to analyze the data as you progress. So for us, what we are going to do is that the major outcomes. I am seeing in the chat that some of us know Kobo Toolbox as M&E officer. So number one, we are going to create a Kobo account, or rather see how we clean the questions. Then we are going to see how we group questions for different categories or different sections in that platform. And then we're also going to look at the concept of skip logic, validation criteria still in the same platform. So further, we are going to understand how we save the form, why it is important to keep saving, and the other few tricks and technicalities that might help when we are developing the form. So it's good. It's good that we are all having this interest, and I want to share my screen so that we start with that has basic knowledge for collecting data only on Kobo. I don't know if the voice is still breaking. Hassan is having a complaint there. My apologies. But okay, good. I think most of us are confirming that the voice is okay. So now, I just want to share my screen here. At Media Africa, we like it more practical. That's the main class. And I want to open a new tab. There. And I want to look at Kobo Toolbox. Kobo Toolbox. That is what is going to appear on your screen. www.kobotoolbox.org or .org. And then we are going to get into it. Maybe I can just click on it. This is a task that we are going to have at the end of today, and then now tomorrow we are going to have accounts, and all of us are going to participate in uploading the questions. So you can see that it's a website, but now all this information we can read more about it, the history and all that. But what we are mostly interested in is this sign up. Right, you have the sign up. You click on sign up. For those of us who have not done or who have not have to use this tool, you have to create an account. So you sign up, you press on sign up. It's taking some time. Press on sign up. Then you should click sign in or create an account. Now, for those who are very new to Kobo, have never created an account, you come down here, and there are two options. We have global Kobo Toolbox server, and then we have the European Union Kobo Toolbox server. So this one has its servers hosted in Ireland, the European Union, but most of us use the global Kobo Toolbox server, which is actually a free account. We had mentioned that it's a free account. So you have two options after there. You can come and create an account if you do not have, or you can just sign in. So I will first use the create account option just to show us. It's just the simple things that we do. By the way, it's very easy to have an account here. So what happens, for example, I can come and say that my name is Nelson Waroi. I type there username, maybe I like it, let's say as Waroi Nelson. Then my email address is Nelson, maybe at Mid-Africa School. .com. Then I'll choose my country. We can assume that maybe I'm joining from Somalia, or I'm from Somalia, or Mozambique, wherever your country is. There are all these options. But I am in Kenya myself. Now, the sector. We are having different sectors that we do have here. And they range from entertainment, education, finance. So you might find your category falls under either of these, or if you do not have, if it doesn't fall under either of those, you can maybe choose other. We have that option as well. Organization type, you have these options: non-profit, you have government institution, you have education organization, you have commercial. Or you can just choose and say that you are not associated with any organization. So maybe I would say that I am in education. So even here, I can come and choose that I am in humanitarian. Then this with asterisks, with these red asterisks here, you have to fill in. But for the organization website, you can see that I have the leeway to key in the website or not. So I just choose to leave it blank. Then I come and check this box. For example, the terms and the terms of service and the privacy policy. I have to check because you can see that it has an asterisk. For the password, I can create the password. It should meet the strength requirements that the site. Maybe it has an uppercase letter. It has the number of characters. It has a special letter or special key, and then you confirm again. Then you press on create account. But now, for me, I have an account and I do not wish to create another one. So it's that easy. So you create an account. Once you press on create account, what will happen is that it is going to send an email with a link to this email that you provided here. So So you'll go and activate. It actually is an activation link to your email. So you just go and activate that link, and you will now have your account set. So if you maybe have missed on either of these, for example, maybe you do not have anything there for the organization name or such, once you come and press create, or you do not fill in the passwords correctly, it is not going to go through. Let's try and see. It is going to tell you to fill, because it has an asterisk. You have to fill in correctly those details. I can see Derek is a new tool. Basics. Oh, Hassan has basic knowledge for data collection, Kobo, Stata, Excel, SPSS. That's good. I don't know if you can now see the screen. Okay, yeah, the screen is visible. The admin has confirmed that the screen is visible. So Jan, I think we are going to address those things. I'll note them somewhere. Somebody is worried about the security. I don't know whether you're talking about the data security or what kind of security you're talking about. So that's something that we are going to have a conversation on. So now I'll just choose the login option. I'll come and log in. I have my username there, and my password is also there. So you, like any other site, there is the option for forgetting the password. If you forgot the password, then you can use this option, and it's going to give you instructions on how you can be able to reset the password. So you will log in once you create, and you will have a search a dialog. You'll have such. You're going to have such a dialog box. So this not a dialog box, but such an interface. Yeah, this is the interface that's going to appear. So it's a very simple interface. It's very user friendly, and you have the projects there. Each and every project that you have here, or that's the default where you get to see. And you can also have the library. We'll see what the library means. So I'll just go back to the projects, and what will happen is that all these that you're seeing here, the project name, all these projects, they will not appear if you are new, but if you have been using it, maybe it's going to present some other projects that you have done before for the same account. For example, I have another account that I have not used now, but you can still see that I have some projects that I have been trying to work on here. Now, our interest here will be to create a new. So you just click on create a new. And now this is the dialog box that's going to appear. So it's telling you to choose a source because you want to create a project. It's telling you to create, it's going to tell you to choose a source. So you have 4 options. You can choose to build from scratch. You can choose to use a template. But now for the use a template option, if your account is new, you will not be able to use a template because you have to have created it before. Then you can maybe choose to upload an XLS form. That's basically an Excel form, or you can choose to import from XLS form via URL. So for our case, we are going to build from scratch. We are going to build from scratch. Build from scratch. And it's going to show up this interface again. Yeah. This is what is going to appear. So for the project name. So now for this one, what is happening here is that we have to have had a set of questions. Yeah. I had said this when I was introducing, but you're going to see. So we will need to have a set of questions, or there's a subject that we want to look at. Maybe we want to look at why is there maybe poverty in some part of Kenya, or why is there hard living conditions, why is there too many outbreaks of cholera in some district, maybe in Uganda or Somalia. So you will have a subject that you want to research on, because we have said that this is a data collection tool. So what data are we collecting? Yeah. So in this case, I would maybe want to see. I would want to see maybe. There was that one that I was drafting there. It's good if we draft it with you. Maybe we can look at employer satisfaction. Employer satisfaction survey. We want to do a survey on how much employers are satisfied from maybe some sector. Maybe we would give. Maybe we would give. I don't know how many of us. Maybe by show of hand, maybe you can raise your hand if you are joining us using your machine. But I wanted us to. I wanted us to have, okay, I can see Osman is having. Most of us are new. Most of us are actually, I'm seeing, most of us are new to Kobo. So I understand that some of us are joining using their phones and therefore might not be able to create their account now. So maybe we are going to see how we go about this, and then you will create the accounts after the session, and then we are going to do another upload of some questionnaire tomorrow. And then we look at the analysis. You see, for example, I'd say that we will need to learn how to create the account. Number two, we'll need to learn how to do the questions, which is where we are headed now. So let us proceed. So we are doing an employer satisfaction survey, and we can enter a small description. This can be maybe. We want to do a survey on graduates of data analysis, maybe from Media Africa School. From Media Africa School. Then we want maybe the sector is education. That is okay. Then the country. We want to do a survey in maybe I can see today we have a big number from Somalia. Let's see if we have Somalia. Yes, let's do the survey in Somalia. We have as Media Africa School. We have been training graduates. We have been training students, and they have graduated and gotten jobs. And now we are reaching out to the employer to see how satisfied are they. Yeah, we want to see how satisfied they are with our graduates. Yeah, so we will go ahead and click on create project. Create project. Create. So that is what is now going to appear. So we now already have a project. And the next thing that we will need to do is now to populate the questions. Yeah, is now to populate the questions. So I think now, as opposed to me sharing the window, allow me to stop sharing for a minute, and then I'm going to share the entire screen so that you are able to see the sample questions that I have prepared. And then we are going to see how we can upload them in the toolkit. So the screen will not be sharing, but it is just for a minute so that I reset it and start sharing the entire screen, so that as we look at the Kobo Toolbox, we are also now seeing the questions that we are presenting, or we are asking. So I'm stopping to share. Just 1 minute. So now the entire screen is sharing. The entire screen is sharing. And this is now where we are. Sorry, this was another tab. Maybe I can just add it onto that. Yes, we are okay. Now, I have some simple questions here. Some simple questions here that we can use. So we can have employer satisfaction survey. Employer satisfaction survey. So it is for data analytics students of the graduates that we release from maybe Midday Africa School. It's just a hypothetical survey that maybe I thought we can use and see how we go about it. Yeah. So these questions, they will help the management of Midday Africa to know if the skills that they impact on their students are really meaningful in the industry, or if they really are what is actually needed there. And so, like I said, it's just a hypothetical one that we are using. So we will be lifting the questions from here. And we'll be uploading it in our toolbox here. Or yeah. So this is the new form that we have. This is the new form that we have. And you can see that it's saying that this form is currently empty. And we can add questions, notes, prompts, or fields by clicking on the plus sign below. This is the plus sign. So how we go about it is just the way it is. Just the way it is. We just come here on the plus sign and we click on it. So it is going to tell us to add a question. You can see that we are required to type something here. So what we do is that I don't know how okay this will be if I split my screen like that. Maybe you can just use the emojis and confirm that maybe you can see clearly, or I can just be minimizing and expanding. If it is okay if I split the screen, if you can see from your end well. Okay, yeah, most of us are seeing well. Yes, it will be great. All right. So I'm seeing some concerns as we progress. I'm seeing some of us have already created the account. Those students who are calling when we are in a session, I might not respond, please. I don't know if they are in this meeting as well. Okay. So somebody here is saying that Mohammed is saying, is Hassan? Let's start with the consent, because what consent? Or it is the consent in the questionnaire? I am not understanding well. All right. Maybe some of us can confirm if the screen is visible to everyone, because Derek is saying that yes, Wario. So Derek, you can check. Derek, you can check your screen. Some of us are saying that we can post the questions in the chat box. I think there are quite a number. Let's just follow. I'm going to share another set of questions that you're going to upload. So for now, just follow. Just check what is happening, and then you will have your time to create the account. I'm going to provide the questions. Jamal is impatient. He's saying that I go ahead, and I think I should go ahead. I agree with you that I'm supposed to proceed now. However, I think it's also good to address the concerns that you might have. So now we will start with the title, and the title of this questionnaire is that is employer satisfaction survey. So as opposed to keeping typing, and I already have the questions with me, I think it would be more appropriate if I just came and pasted this here. Yeah, and then after I paste, I am going to click on add question. Now, please check here. When I click on add question, this dialog box is going to appear. And I'm going to take a minute or two to explain something there. All the time or any time that we add a question, this dialog box is going to appear. And what it means is that we should select what kind of question is this that we are asking. And you can see the numerous options that we have to choose from. You can see the numerous questions that we have to choose from. So now, for example, if I choose on select one, that means that I have to provide some options. I have to provide some options so that the respondents can choose only one from those options. If I choose select many, this one that I'm hovering on, it means that I have to provide the options and the respondent has the leeway to check or to tick many or multiple boxes. If I choose text, that means that the respondent is going to respond by, it's more or less what we call the open-ended. You can type one there. If I choose number, it means that I can only respond by typing numericals or numerals. I cannot respond by a text. And there are all these options. I think now is more clear. If I choose decimals, that means I am providing the respondent the ability to even use decimal points. For example, if I'm talking about maybe the price of fuel, you might find that sometimes it has the decimal points or the different currencies, exchange rates or whatever. Maybe it is something like the mean grade in some institutions. Sometimes it has points, 9.53. So you might want them to respond by those decimal numbers. And the same for the date. It's the same for the time. We also have the option for the date and time. The point. The point means is the location. So you give the geographical location, the GPS code of wherever you are. That is what happens there. So once I click on this, it is going to request you to open your GPS or the use location key. Then you have a response by photo, response by audio, and all these others that we are seeing here, including hidden. Hidden is for passwords. You don't want it to be seen unless you click on the eye icon that is appearing. So we have those that we use more commonly. For example, we use the select one very commonly, the first one that is here. We also use select many very commonly. We also use the text very, very, very commonly. Sometimes we use the number. Sometimes it's okay to use the date, the time, the date and time, depending on the question that you are asking about. In some instances, for example, like this one for the title, we use the option of note, because the note option means that this question is not actually a question. It doesn't need a reply. It is just a note that we are making. It is just a note that we are making here. The file option is where we are requiring maybe the respondent to upload some file. It could be a PDF file, a Word document, or such. Again, sometimes we use the ranking, we use rating, we use range, and the questions that we have, we are going to have all these so that we see how we really go about it. So for this first, because it's the introduction, we are going to, let me see if somebody, okay, Yusuf is saying that we are following you. Let's practice together. Ahmed is saying, go ahead, please. Can we have the survey? Yes, you're going to have the survey question. Somebody was late. He's asking about how we create an account. Okay, yeah, I think we are moving on well. That person who was not able to see how we create an account, we're going to maybe, he can reach to my inbox after this, try to assist. So for this introduction, we are going to use Note because it actually does not require a response. It's a title. It's a title. So once you click on either of those options, it now has the question in it. Remember that this form here acknowledges every detail that you input to it as a question. So it is considering this as a question, but the moment you have told it that this is a note, then you can see that it automatically accepts, and it closes like that, and then the plus sign again appears below. So every time that we want to upload something that does not require a response, we use the note. Every time that, and we are going to see how we use the rest of the options, among other things. So let me go back to the questionnaire so that we proceed. You can see that there is a question hint there, yeah, and we are going to see how it appears. Now, as those of us whom we have interacted with in monitoring and evaluation or in data classes before, I don't know if there is any here. We know that when we are constructing the questionnaire, it is very appropriate to start by giving a brief introduction. It is actually considered as professional and courteous, and actually even ethical of you to introduce your questionnaire, or what is it intended to do. So we start by ranking. So anyway, we are not doing the questionnaire. Those of us who, so we are just going to copy this. So this is the introduction of the questionnaire, and we are going to do the introduction. So I copy, and then I come and paste it here, and then I come and paste it there. Yeah, like that. I've pressed on Control V, and I'm going to add question. Again, it doesn't need a reply, so I just use note. Then I add, and this is the introduction. I copy it, and I paste it there. That is the introduction. And then I add. Again, it doesn't need, so it is a note. Very well. So then we have the survey date. We have the survey date. I can come here and copy it. Survey date. I copy and I paste it there. Survey date. Now, when I come to add the question, yeah, when I come to add the question, I will not now pick note. I'll not pick select one. I'll pick date. right? So now, so far, we are seeing how we play around with this. But I need also to mention something else before we proceed much. That assume that you are using a desktop, yeah, and because of one reason or the other, maybe internet disappears or power disappears, and you are using a desktop. So what will happen, because this is an online form that you are creating, if you had done like let's say 5 pages, that work, if you have not saved, I'm sorry, because it will not be, that work is not going to be saved if something happens to the power and you are not saved. So as a good practice, it is always good to be saving as you work on your document. It is always good to be saving as you work on your document. So on the top right corner, you can see that there is the save option. And every moment that you see it has this star on top of it, it means that there is some editing that you have done, but you have not saved the work yet. So I'll just go ahead and save, and the asterisk or the star is going to disappear. Now, observe it as I add a question. You will see that the star is going to appear. So again, I go and I go back to our questionnaire, and I want to seek consent. I want to seek consent. I have already done the introduction. And I have already done. I have already maybe asked about the date. So I want to seek consent from the participant, and I want him or her to say that if he wishes or he doesn't wish to participate. So maybe I can start with consent. I can come here and copy. Then I paste it here. I paste it there. And I can use a full colon. Maybe I can just call it consent seek. Yeah. Consent seek. Then I add a question. Then you can see that it's asking me. It's asking me, do I want to select it as a select one, select many, as a text? Now, in this case, it can either be yes or no. So I'm sure you guessed correctly that it will be now select one. And just like I was saying, you can see what it is telling us here, that we give it options. So my option is going to be yes. My option 2 is going to be a no. So the consent seek here was, I wish to participate in this survey. I wish to participate in this survey. So it's either a yes or a no. Yeah. Then I go ahead and click on add a question. Or I can even click outside the form. So we are continuing to build our questionnaire in the tool. And you can see that now, because I've done some editing, I will need to again keep saving. So that is it. Now assume again at this point, assume that we have made a mistake, and we wish that maybe this survey date appears on top of the introduction. That is one. Secondly, we are also going to look at some other option as we go down. Let me again split the screen, and we are going to see how we do that. So one simple way, if, for example, we do not wish to have maybe the survey date, we think that it doesn't add much value, we can just come, click on, when you hover on this left side of the form, there's this icon, there's this star looking thing that appears. Then you click on that particular question that you want to maybe edit or delete. So on its far right, you can see there are options that you have there. You have options, you have actually 4 options. You have the settings for that. We are going to look at the settings. We have the delete option. You can do away completely with that question. And you can also duplicate. You have the settings, you have the delete, you have the duplicate question, and you also have the option to add the question to the library. So we again, as we proceed, are going to see how we interact with those 4 options. The delete one is quite straightforward. The settings we are going to see. The duplicate is also again a bit more straightforward, and then we are going to see what does it mean to add the question to the library. So now we are at this point now. We have the consent seek. I wish to participate in this survey. It's a yes or no. So let us now proceed to look at some other information. Now, section A is about maybe the employer information. And we have asked, what is your job title? The respondent, we have asked him. So I can come and highlight and copy that. And I come and add a question, and I come and paste it. What is your job title? I add that question there. So you can see that it has options, and you can only have one job title. So it automatically is a select one type of question. Select one. Once you do that, it will always provide you with this. Give me the options that. So I come again and copy this. There. I paste. Actually, I can just maybe paste as a plain text. Yeah, like that. I don't want these options to appear. I don't want them to appear. Then is the department manager. Department manager. I don't know how it's still carrying the format. Then maybe it is a supervisor. Maybe the respondent is the immediate supervisor. Yeah. What is your role here in this organization? So now check. What happens when we are out, when we run out of these options? We had option 1, option 2, option 3. You just come and click add another response. Now, if you check right, we have other, and there is the option of specifying. There is the option of specifying. So let us see how we go about that. So you just come and say other. Then you come and paste it there. You can press Ctrl V, or you just right click. I'm sure these are things you know. Then now let us see. Let us look at what is happening here. Let us look at what is happening here. Okay. I will go through all these questions that you are sending, including some Laga is suggesting that maybe we can. Okay, I have seen. I will respond to that. So now let's concentrate here. Let's look at this is what is your job title? Then you give the options. And we say that you can only select one, but we have a problem. What if it's not among those and we want the respondent to specify which one is it? How do you go about it? Well, this is a select one question. So now what happens is that we have to use some advanced option, and just check here. I am going to add another question. So you first of all come and add another question. And then we are going to ask the respondent to please specify. Please specify. And we are going to add it as a question. Again, we want him or her to specify. So it cannot be a select. It cannot be a select many. We want the specific and we do not know which. So we provide the option of text. We provide the option of text. We provide the option of text. So this question is to be responded by a text, but there has to be some condition. And the condition is you specify only when you click on other. So when you click on supervisor, it is not going to show please specify. When you click on department manager, that's the same case. It is not going to show please specify. But when you click on other, we want the respondent to specify now. So there has to be some logic that we provide the system that it knows that we are only going to display this when we when the option of other is chosen. So that logic, we come to the setting. You remember I was talking about the 4 options on the right. You click on that, you can see that some sort of hand appears there, and you can click on settings. Once you click on settings, let us come further down and see that we have now this dialog box of setting. So we have the question options. You can see that the question options are the data column name, and we can choose whether this question is mandatory or we can customize the logic and such. Yeah. And then below it, we have the skip logic, which is where we are now going to focus more on. So we have the question options. Then once you click on skip logic, then it gives you this dialog box. What is the logic that you want me to use? And you tell it, I want to add a condition. Once you click on add a condition, then it tells you that this question will only be displayed if the following conditions apply. Which conditions? Again, it is you to select. So you select the question. And we say that we want this option to only appear when the participant chooses what is your job title. And then if you choose other, that is the only time when the please specify option is going to appear. And now you have skipped that logic. You have skipped that logic, sorry. You have skipped that logic. You have added a condition. So now you will just come here and click on the close. Now at this juncture, I will want to show something else. I will want to show something else that we have here. How do you tell that this thing that I am doing, I would like it to appear that way? Because more or less, we are now in the back stage. This is not what is going to appear to your respondent. You are the person who is behind the scene. Now, luckily, we have on the top left, we have the preview form option. So if you preview the form, you can check and see if that is how you would like it to appear. So we want to preview this form. You can see that its name is Employer Satisfaction Survey. Sorry. And then we have the title. We have the survey date, the consent seek, and then the job title. Yeah. So this is now what is going to be displayed to your respondents. And we want to confirm something because we have added some condition. If I click on CEO, it is going to pick. If I click on maybe supervisor or the department manager, it is going to pick directly. But what if I do not hold either of these positions and I hold another one that is not listed? So I'll come here and choose other. And now as the developers, we expect, because we have keyed in the condition, what we expect is that when the respondent clicks on other, some dialog box is going to appear and he has now the option to type what other position or what other job title do you hold here. So I can just come here and click and you can see that it is appearing, that I can just come and specify now. It is requesting me, please specify. And I can now come here and say that I am the chairman. Like that. So anytime you continue to work on your document, that is what you can always use the eye icon to preview your form and see how the respondent is going to see your work or to see the questionnaire. So we are building the questionnaire from behind. We are building the questionnaire from behind. And it's quite interesting. So this is what is going to appear from the side of. Okay, so now let us again, because we are previewing, let us again assume that we want to seek consent. You see the consent seek. But we want to be cautious. We don't want somebody to see our questions if he or she is not willing to participate in the survey. Yeah. So what do we do? What do we do to ensure that the rest of the questions will not be seen by somebody who clicks no? So that is where we are headed. So if you click no, it is just going to tell you thank you for at least opening the form. But if you click yes, the questions appear. That is something also that we will need to handle. We'll see how we go about it. Okay, so I can see that maybe I can request, I can also seek consent from you. I want to seek consent from you. Maybe you can type, you can use emojis that maybe we extend by a few more minutes so that we compensate for the time that we lost when I had some issues with my internet. Yes, I can see Hassan. I can see. Yes. Yeah, good. Thank you. So I will proceed so that we finish what we wanted to look at today. And then I believe most of us are in the group. I am going to share a set of questions. Actually, I can share this set of questions that you are going to upload and see how you go about it. So let us proceed. Allow me to read a few comments here so that we see if there's any major concern. Somebody is asking me to repeat. I don't know what was that I was to repeat. Please repeat how to specify. Okay. Where can we add our name when you talk about attendance? I think that is attendance for the session. The admin has shared the attendance form. Please help us with the full video of it in our various groups. I can't see clearly. I believe the admin has seen that, or William. So please, for others, go to Skip Logic and put the other on the concerned. I've made my introduction. Can we have the recorded video? The admin is going to. I do know that. So Hassan, I don't know this form Hassan has shared if it's from the admin. Yeah. The message that the links, actually we are not required to share links here. The admin will always do the sharing. So let us proceed. Let us proceed. So now, let us have some more questions. We might not be able to key in all the questions. So I am now in question number 2. How many data analytics graduates do you have from Nairobi, from Mede Africa School in Nairobi? Then we add the question. We are to select one. Option 1 is 1 to 2. And then we have option 2 is 3 to 5. Option 4 is maybe 6 to 10. And then maybe we can have more than 10. Then you can come and add another question. What is the name of your organization? That. What is the name of your organization? Add question. I'm sure all of you are going to agree with me that that can only be a text. It is not possible to have select for numbers. So I've said that maybe you came here and you didn't want it to be a text, and you think that you have made the wrong choice. You can just come and copy this question. You can just come and copy this question, and then you come and delete. Then you come and delete. And then you can now add it again more keenly that you wanted it as. Maybe you had clicked as time as opposed to text. So the delete option is always there. Once you have deleted, you cannot undo. Yeah. So like we are I've said that it is good practice. Once you continue working on your document, you keep saving. You keep saving so that you don't lose your work. So what is the name of your organization? How long has the organization been in operation? So let us also have that question. How long has the organization been in operation? So I can now go faster. That one is also a select one, less than 1 year. Copy, paste it there. Down on this, 1 to 5 years, like that. Then I can have 6 to 10 years. Come there. So I want to repeat this one of skipping the logic, so that I address that issue that somebody was requesting. So which industry best describes your organization? Which industry best describes your organization? Add question, ask the question. Which industry best describes your? So again, you come and select one. In fact, that one can have select one or select many, but you're asking about the best. So select one is the best option. Copy. Then we paste. I am pressing Control C, Control V, so that we move faster. And you will be able to learn on more substantive things now, as opposed to just keeping copying and pasting. We need to see how we skip the logic. We need to see how we can be able to put some more logic, such that when somebody clicks maybe yes or no, or male or female, a certain set of questions is going to appear. So look here, we want to have other. Copy. Then you just come and click, paste, other. Then you don't click on add another response. You come and add another question and say that please specify. Please specify. Then you add a question, and you have said that we want them to add to type. So we add it as a text. Then we are also now going to key in some logic. We are also going to give it some condition. And the logic here is to come to this skip logic option, and then you give it a condition. You click on add a condition. Then which question? which industry best describes your organization. Then if I click, you can see here what is happening. This question will only be displayed if the following condition applies. Which condition? That if you click other, that is only when please specify is going to appear. Once you have set that, you just click on close. And that is why I was saying that you can now confirm. You can now come and look at, you can now come and preview your form and see if you have done the right thing before you proceed. It is okay to preview. So which industry best describes your organization? If I click on other, the please specify appears. I think it is now clear. Let me see if we have a question from. Okay, yes. So Yusuf is asking an important question. I will respond to that. Thank you for the knowledge, but how can the group question and merge it as one question? It is very clear now. After the class, please help us with the recorded video. Can you use Kobo for creating an academic questionnaire? I think recorded sessions will really help. Okay. All right. So let us proceed. We are moving on well. So now let me split the screen. So we want to know, how are these people recruited? How are these people recruited? But now that is section B. That is section B. We are in section A. This is now section B. So we will need to put this into groups or into categories. We'll see how we do that. So let me first deal with question 6. How did the organization recruit data analytics students from Mid-Africa School? So I can come here and add a question, and I want to paste it. And I want to add a question. Then now, in this case, it could be that they used maybe more than one recruitment procedure or method. So you come and say select many. So now the respondent can select many without deselecting the other. Can select more than one. That is what it means. So it can be directly from the institution. Then the other one is online job portal. Online job portals. Then you have employee referrals. Then you have recruitment agencies. And then we have the other. Then the usual thing we are doing, we come and say, please specify. Then we add it as a question, add it as a text, and then we come and skip the logic. Add a condition. How did it recruit? If you click on other, then it is going to do exactly that. So you can see I had done some please specify, some more please specify. So now allow me to maybe skip these questions in the interest of time. I can do that. I can populate them later, but it's because they follow the same thing. So that we move to section C, and now we want to actually look at something else. So section B is starting from number 6. And we have another section that is starting up here. So what if we want to group the sections, for example? What if we want to group the sections? So again, I'd like to show you how we do that. For example, all these up to where we have the consent, we can group them as one. We can group them as one category. So what you do, you just come to this left, you click on it, and you'll see that some thin blue shading. Actually, the box turns from grayish to blue. The outline of this box. But we want to group them. So what you do is that you hold down the control key. So if I click on the next without holding down the control key, the other one automatically deselects itself. But when I click or when I hold down the control key, you can see that I can be able to select multiple, the 4. Then they are all blue now. What I'll do is that I'll come and create group with selected questions. I click on that. It has now created a group. And now this group, I can be able to come and click on it and edit it, and maybe I can call it, maybe we can call it introduction. Introduction. Then maybe I can leave the consent alone, or I can just maybe call it consent. I can create the group called consent. Then the rest of these questions are now the survey questions themselves. So I can come here and select all these. We have question 1. We hold down like that. We use the same principle like that. What is the name of your organization? Like that. That is section A. Up to number 5. That is where section A reaches. So I can come and now call it section A. I have done the same thing. I have created the group, and you can see that we have the name group here. That's the default name, and I can now come here and call it section A, like that. So I can be able to now use this option to drop them down, or to again question number 6 and question number 7, which I have skipped because of time, and question number 8 are, or maybe let's just add this one question. Kindly let me try to move faster. Then we add question. What factors are most important? Most. So that one has to be a select one. Is it the technical skills? Do you look at the technical skills when you are hiring? Yeah. Or do you look at the academic papers or qualifications? By the way, I saw somebody still asking about the certificate. But we responded to such questions yesterday. Right. Work experience. Is it the soft skills that you will be looking into? Maybe communication or teamwork. Option 4. that. Or is it to specify what really are you interested in? I think it would be important for us to know. So again, because there is a specify, we say please specify. Then we add the question, we use it as a text, and we come and this we skip the logic, we add the condition. What are the factors? Then if you click on other, that is when it is going to appear. You do the same for question number 8. Now, so let us maybe skip this question. I'll come back to it. And we now want to have this one for rating. This one is for rating. Let us look at section C. I can come and add a question. And how would you rate graduates' proficiency in the following areas? Draw copy. So maybe in the following areas. So that one is just, I would say, you see it has quite a number of things. So you just come and add. And now we want to look at some various aspects. So you come and use the rating. It's just like we use the Likert scale. And now what is going to happen is that you are going to enter your question here. Which question? This one now. Data analysis and interpretation. Copy. Enter your question there. I come and paste. Sorry. And I have various options. Option 1 is excellent. Option 2 is good. And maybe I want to add another option. Maybe I can just come here and say fair. If I have another option, maybe, what was the other option? Let us see. Poor. Yes. Poor. Like that. So the respondent is going to have
quan family chọc cái lọc ok không có gì hai thằng liền vì cái nữa.
Okay, sorry. I don't know if I've been talking for long without. I didn't know how I got muted. I'm very sorry for that. All right. Okay. Oh, sorry, Eddie. Eddie is complaining that it has many issues today. That is why I like keeping coming to the comment section. Okay. So I was maybe let me repeat that. So I was saying that we can have this section C here, and we want to group them like I have, and we have an interest. We want that when we click yes on the consent, that's only when we have the questions appear. But when you click no, we have the questions not appearing. So let's just add a thank you note here. Thank you for your participation, or maybe whichever message you'd like to add there. And this, I'm sure you will definitely know that it's a note. It doesn't have to be replied to. Thank you for your participation. So what we want here is that when I click on yes in this consent, the questions appear. When I click on no, the questions do not appear. So let me save that work, and we can preview the form. When we preview, you can see that you have the introduction, then you have the consent, then you have the sections. I don't know, section B was number 6 and number 7. Yes, so we'll put that as section B. But you can see that when I click no, the questions, you can still see the questions. When I click no, when I click yes, it doesn't matter. But we need to change that. So we have started grouping. Question number 6 and number 7, they are supposed to be in a group called Group B, Section B. So we group those two questions. You hold down the control key and click on whichever questions you want, and then you put it as Section B. This is Section B, like that. Okay. All right. So, who is this? Hassan is saying that it is a bit hard. We will have a recap, and maybe with time you're going to realize that it's not hard. It's not hard. So it's like that. And from this section going down, we want, so we need to come and click on that. We click on that and click on these others. And we want now to call this as one group, and we can call it the survey questions. The survey questions. Survey questions. Be up to that point. Survey questions. So we have one big group called the survey questions. We have another group here. We want to call it consent. Consent. Somebody had suggested that maybe we use some other wording. I think it was Sam. Going to see. And now we have the introduction. Then we save, and we can come and preview it before we proceed to where we want the logic to appear. Yes. So if you click on this, you can see that we have one group there. You click on this, we have again another group there. You click on this, you have that. So we have successfully grouped. We have successfully grouped. So our form is continuing to take shape. Our form is continuing to take shape. And now we have to deal with one problem. This person who says no, we don't want him or her to see our questions. So what do? So it is quite simple. It is quite simple. We come and click on the group itself, the survey questions group, and it is because it is the immediate following group or category when we are talking about the consent. It is the one that follows the consent. So the question will only be displayed if the following conditions apply. So the condition is that we want to seek consent. So this one is going to appear only when we have the respondent choosing the yes option. So we have done that, and we can now come and save our work. So let us now go to preview our form and see if we have done that successfully or we need to do something about what we have done. So if you click on no, the questions do not appear. If you click on yes, then it displays the question, and that is the importance of grouping. That is one big advantage of grouping your work. Tonight is a bit harder for the network problem. I don't know if it's from my side or from your side. Then please, can you repeat the grouping? Eddie, yes, he shouldn't. I think that, what does that mean? Yes, he shouldn't, that one. Then we have, I'll appreciate if you share the word questionnaire. Without it, we are clueless. Okay. Because I usually use the advanced Excel process, and yeah, it is well applicable to use. In fact, when you're doing the data collection, yeah, I agree. This one is a bit easy. Can we repeat the rating? Looks like maybe we can repeat everything. So everyone has something that you would like repeated. I don't know if I'm moving too fast or it is too hard, or we should code it by relevance. Also appear only if consent is yes, like in survey CTO. Is it on the plan? XLS. XLS is just Excel. It's meaningful while rating the network went off. Okay. Okay. While rating the network went off. Okay. So, but I'm sure it's network from your side because the rest are not. So here is what I propose that we do. What I propose that we do is that I know I am going to share the questionnaire, and then the plan was that you create your account, and then you go and try to do as we have done. You go and try to do as we have done, so that tomorrow, as we recap, it will not be like the whole repetition. And then we are going to proceed with the rest of the part that is remaining with the tool. I am seeing that it is already now almost 40 minutes extended. So maybe even the concentration might go down a little. But I believe we have learned something. So when you come here and validate, it is going to sense the errors, and if you have done any error, it is going to tell you where you have done the error, and is not going to proceed to the next step. So maybe we can do that and end the session there. So the form is valid. Okay, we have done a good job. The form is valid, and you can just click on OK. So there are many options that we can have, especially when we are creating the question. When we are adding the question, it's good to see the options. Maybe I have that as a question, I want to add it. All these options, you can explore them. You can see that maybe you can even upload an audio, you can upload a video, you can do ranking of the question, you can even use a QR code to expose something. So it's just a matter of trying to play around with them and thinking what would be the best choice for the option that you choose. However, we have looked at the most common ones, and maybe if there will be time and need be, we can look at some more, maybe tomorrow. So if I don't want this question, I can just click there, and it's going to appear like that. Now, some researchers use these options here. They assign them just codes. You can have that as 1 and this one as 2. And I think still okay. We have looked at the option of deleting what you don't want. And by the way, there's also the option of moving a whole maybe group or a whole question. You don't want to delete it, but you think that it would have been placed maybe below or above. For example, somebody is saying something. So now I was saying that maybe we want maybe the survey date to come before the introduction. We want the survey date to come before the introduction. So there's the option of you just come here and hover, and then you click, you left click your mouse, and you hold it down and you drag. You can drag comfortably, and it will move. And it will move. The other option is about adding some questions to the library so that you can look at them later. Is what we are talking about, the template. So you can just come here and click on add question to the library. So in your account, you will have that question. The other option is about duplicating. Maybe I can use the survey questions to show how duplicating works, especially this question on section C. Yes, you can duplicate questions. So maybe I want to duplicate how would you rate the graduate's proficiency in the following areas. So we want to rate them. I can come and duplicate. If I click duplicate, a similar question is going to appear. And so I don't have to go to the next. And I'll now come and say that this is question number 10. This is question number 10. And now I'm not asking about the graduate's proficiency. Maybe I would be asking about maybe attitude. And then I would now come and maybe if these are the same variables that I want to look at, or there are others, I can edit. But the format of that has been edited. Let me follow up about the attendance form. Maybe I'll see just now. What is library? Library is just the questions that you see when you collect. Library is a collection of books or material. So in this context, the library is the collection of questions that you think you would need to refer to them in the future. Yeah. So I hope I have answered that. Let me see if there's another question. How do we fill the attendance form? That's what I'm following up on right now. Where is the attendance list? Please, how do you develop charges per survey? What does that mean? How you do developer charges per survey? I don't understand that question. Answer when you want more than one language like English or Kiswahili. How would you go about it? More than one language. Oh, okay. By the way, that's an interesting one. So this Kobo is powerful in many ways. Now, for example, anyway, I don't know if we can discuss that now, but it is possible. It is possible. You can have a set of questions for male and the female are not going to see. You can have a set of questions for over 18 years. You can have a set of questions for lecturers, different from students, but it's the same tool. You can have that. And maybe that's why we can start that today. I think I do not wish to say too much. Ndongo Geshoro was asking about whether you can use you can use this tool for academic. I would say Your supervisor for the academic research is the best fitted to answer that question. But I think it's a good tool, it's a powerful one, and actually a more convenient one, even to collect data, even for academic research. Yes, it can be used, but guidance is mostly from the immediate supervisor of that work that you're doing. I think we have looked at some things, so I will share the questionnaire. You will try to create your account, and you'll try to do what we have done today, so that we look at more advanced things about Kobo tomorrow. So otherwise, I want to take this chance to appreciate you a lot for your participation.